Hello everyone, this is a new episode of Life Science. Today we will talk about the muscular system. This is the system of your muscles. Have you ever tried to sit still without moving any muscle at all for 1 minute? It's impossible because somewhere in your body, muscles are always working. Yes, your heart is a muscle. For example, muscles make you breathe and the muscles hold you upright. So if all of your muscles rested at the same time, your body would collapse. The muscular system is made up of muscles that let you move. The muscular system is the system that is made up of muscles that let you move. The muscular system, this is the organ system, whose primary function is movement and flexibility. Movement and flexibility, this is the primary function of the muscular system. Three kinds of muscles in your body: cardiac muscle, like the muscles found in your heart; skeletal muscle, like the muscles attached to your skeleton or the bones; and smooth muscles, like the muscles in your digestive tract. So let's talk about each type of them. Smooth muscle, as you can see, they are found in the digestive tract. They move the food through digestive tract and also is found in the walls of blood vessels like veins and arteries. The cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle are found only in your heart, pumping the blood around the body. Then the skeletal muscle, from its name, it's a skeletal, it's attached to the skeleton, to the bones. They are attached to your bones for movement. Skeletal muscle also helps protect your inner organ. This is very important. Muscle action can be voluntary or involuntary. The muscle action that is under your control, this is voluntary action. You can control your muscles. Muscles that is not under your control, they are called involuntary muscles. Smooth muscles and the cardiac muscle, they are involuntary muscles. You cannot control it. The skeletal muscles can be both voluntary and involuntary. For example, you can blink your eyes anytime you want to, but also your eyes will blink automatically. So it can be voluntary and involuntary. This is the skeletal muscles. Then what about movement? The skeletal muscles can make hundreds of movements. Yes, for sure. You can see many of these movements watching a dancer, a swimmer, or even someone smiling or frowning. When you want to move, signals travel from your brain to your skeletal muscle cells. Then the muscle cells contract or get shorter. Muscles attached to bones. There is something called a structure called tendons. Tendons are strands of tough connective tissue that connect your skeletal muscles to your bones. So how your muscles are attached to the bones? By tendons. Tendons are strands of tough connective tissue that connect your skeletal muscles to your bones. When a muscle that connects two bones gets shorter, the bones are pulled closer to each other. How? For example, tendons attach the biceps muscle to the bone in your shoulder, and to a bone in your forearm. When the biceps muscle contracts, it gets shorter. In this case, your forearm bends toward your shoulder. As you can see, when the muscle contracts, it gets shorter. So your forearm is pulled toward your shoulder. Your skeletal muscles, they work in pairs. This is very important. Usually, one muscle in the pair bends part of the body, while the other muscle straightens the part of your body. Look at the previous picture here. So if the biceps is pulling one part or bending one part of your body, the triceps is straightening this part back. So we have two types of muscles here. One that we call a flexor. A flexor is a muscle that bends part of your body. Then what straightens this part again? An extensor. An extensor is a muscle that straightens part of your body. So One muscle is a flexor that bend apart, while the other one is extensor that straightens the part of your body. A pair of muscles in the arm. Skeletal muscles such as the biceps and triceps muscles, they work in pairs. When the biceps muscle contracts, what happens? The arm is bent. The arm bends, but when the triceps muscle contract, when this one is contracted, the triceps, the arm straightens. So the one that bends the part of your body is called a flexor. The one that straightens this part back is called an extensor. Then we have a title named Use It or Lose It. This is very important. What happens when someone wears a cast for a broken arm like this one? This is the cast. The skeletal muscles around the broken bone, the skeletal muscles right here, they become smaller and weaker. Why? Because the muscles, they are not exercised. They do not work. The doctor says, do not move your arm to let the bones heal. So in this case, the muscles, they are not exercised, so they become smaller and weaker. Exercised muscles are stronger and larger, like when you go to the gym, for example. Strong muscles can help other organs too. For example, contracting muscles squeeze blood vessels. In this case, this action increases the blood flow without needing more work from the heart. The strong muscles can help other organs too. For example, contracting muscles squeeze the blood vessels, so it increases the blood flow without needing more work from your heart. Certain exercises can give muscles more strength and endurance. More endurance lets the muscles work longer without getting tired. Two kinds of exercises can increase the muscle strength and endurance, which are resistance exercise and aerobic exercise. Let's see what about them. Resistance exercise like this man right here, this is a great way to strengthen the skeletal muscles. During resistance exercise, people work against the resistance or against the weight of an object. Some resistance exercise, such as curl-ups, they use your own weight for resistance. Okay. Then what about aerobic exercise? Aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise is a steady, moderately intense activity. This is not very hard. This is moderately intense, like jogging, like swimming, cycling, skating, even walking. All these, they are aerobic exercises. Aerobic exercise can increase the muscle strength. However, the aerobic exercise mostly strengthens the heart and increases endurance. Any exercise program should be started slowly. Here we are talking about the muscle injury, the injuries of the muscular system. Before you start any exercise program, it should be started slowly and you should warm up. Starting slowly means you are less likely to get hurt. This is very important. You should also warm up for exercise. So what is a strain? A strain is an injury in which a muscle or a tendon is overstretched or torn. This is called a strain. Strains often happen because a muscle has been not warmed up correctly. Strains also happen when muscles are working too hard. So if the muscle is not warmed up or the muscles are working too hard, strains take place. People who exercise too much can hurt their tendons. Do you remember the tendons that connect the bones to the skeletal muscles? The body can't repair an injured tendon before the next exercise. So there is a case called tendinitis. Tendinitis is when the tendon becomes inflamed. When there is an inflammation in the tendons, often a long rest is needed for the injured tendon to heal. Some people also try to make their muscles stronger by taking drugs. This is a huge mistake. These drugs, they are called anabolic steroids. Anabolic steroids can cause long-term health problems. Like what? Anabolic steroids can damage the heart, the liver, and kidneys. This is a disaster. They can also cause high blood pressure. This is a major problem. Anabolic steroids can cause the bones to stop growing if taken before the skeleton is mature.